close today. Peloton up 5%.
What's up, disciplined investor?
We got Benzinga CEO Jason Raznick here with us.
The man, the myth, the legend, Tom Nash.
Peter Schiff on the Power Hour with us live today. Interesting, different, unique, innovative companies. Mia, you are live with us on the Power Hour. What's up?
Thank you so much for inviting me on.
Jessica Billingsley, that is the CEO of Akerna, the best trade idea resource out there. Yo, what's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. No, Wednesday. Damn it. All right, Wednesday. I'm a day behind. But what's up, everybody? Happy Hump Day. We'll try that again. Take two. What's going on, Zinger Nation? Jam-packed show as always today. You are on the Power Hour. That means you are in the Trade Idea Show. For the next 60 minutes, we are going to be going through some trade ideas. If we're not delivering on making this the best idea source that you have all day, you have tools to call us out, okay? You're empowered. You've got Twitter. You can shit talk us there. You've got the chat room. You know, just go ahead and be heard. But all right, guys, let's dive into what we have going on today. We've got a handful of very special guests. We're gonna be kicking it off in just a minute with AjTrader. And then at 12:30 Eastern, about 30 minutes from now, we're going to be talking to Tilray, ticker TLRY. If you've been trading for at least 6 months, you know that stock. Obviously a favorite of the group. But again, guys, we're going to be kicking it off with AjTrader. Then we're going to be hopping over to Tilray. Of course, we are going to be talking about AMC and GameStop today. And let me give you guys a heads up as well. I'm going to load my trusty Benzinga Pro here. There we go. All righty. GameStop. We're looking at the GameStop chart, the GameStop page in our Benzinga Pro here. You can see that we have earnings today after market close. So we'll be doing a little bit of a preview on the earnings. We got the conference calls is coming at 5 p.m. Eastern. And of course, if there's any other tickers that you especially want us to look at, like how can we go today without looking at Clover Health again, we will absolutely do that. All right. Sound good? Let's get it rolling, guys. Yeah, the AJ the legend. Okay, when is Tilray coming on? 12:30 Eastern. Yeah, hell of a show today. The one downside is we don't have our air horns yet. We will in about 5 minutes from now, I was told by producer Rohan. So give us a second and we will get to it. But without further ado, I want to bring our first guest onto the stream, AJ.
Hello.
All right, what's going on? How you doing?
Very good, thank you.
Happy Wednesday.
Yes, sir.
Day for a second, but we're in a Wednesday, and I appreciate you taking time out of the day to join us, to join Zinger Nation. Anything especially new, exciting, interesting in your world today?
Well, we got up like I'm usually up 3:30, 4 o'clock every morning, and I'm searching and combing through 50, 100, 200 tickers, and it was just a wonderful day today. It was small cap mania in the room, but I think what was the most important was just the way we handled the room this morning. We have almost 1,100 day traders in Awesome Calls Trading, and as a group, what I really felt a lot of these tickers that were the Wish, the clones, the Close, the AMD, GameStop, and so forth. I felt they were all going to pretty much sell off, and I was really preaching, all right, traders, wait for the setup, wait for it, because in my opinion, these will just seriously dump off, sell off, profit taking will kick in, and just wait for your moment. Take it calm, because as day traders, we always have that fear of missing out. Yep. And today I wanted them to learn, have no fear, trade in fear, and understand what fear is, and understand you're really not missing out. So today was a wonderful day for a lot of the day traders in the room, both pros and newbies, to just really take it all in and see. And if you look at like Clove Day, I mean, we were correct on the downside, and we took that thing down from 28 to 17 something now. And So it was a wonderful
and
day.
both Clover and the morning watch list are two topics that I have on my sheet that I want to get into. But before that, could you just give us some background for anybody who isn't familiar with you? Just give us a little bit of background on how long you've been trading, how you started your trading journey, etc.
Sure. I started about 15, 16 years ago. And like everyone else, you're a newbie, you're a novice. You're fascinated with the stock market and you're fascinating of the moves and you don't realize that you can make a living by just determining what the stock is going to do. You know what I mean? And it's like you if that stock moves 50 cents and you have 1,000 shares, you make $500. Well, 500 times 5 is 2,500 a week, almost 10,000 a month. And it's fascinating. But as a newbie, you try all these different chat rooms. And back then there was not an awesome calls trading. There wasn't somebody that, really could coach you or help you understand the stock before it moves, why it moves, and so forth. So I kind of had it like everyone else. You have this money and you want to trade, and all of a sudden you're losing it, and you're losing it, and you're losing it, and you keep losing, and you try to point fingers over the years. Well, it's your fault. It's your fault. Well, it's this call you did, or it's that thing you said there, and it's really not.
Yes, my classic go-to excuse in my early trading days. I blew up 3 accounts from ages, I think it was 16 through 20, and my go-to would be I would just rip on Seeking Alpha authors. I'd be like, oh, this guy wrote this bullshit thesis and blew up my account. That was like my excuse before I sort of matured out of that. So you alluded to awesome calls, your
Yes.
trading room. What sets that room apart, or what do you try to do differently versus what wasn't available for you when you got into the markets?
Education, real bona fide education. How to read FDA, how to read BIOS, how to read what is junk in news and PR, how to read through the news. What are key words that tell you this stock is going to sell off and not run for the day? Teaching a trader how to read a breakout, capitalizing on breakouts, where the range could go, how to understand the range, what a stock is grinding. I mean, I can look at a stock based on the news and basically tell you from the get-go, this stock is not only going to trade here, this is the range it's going to come down to, then it's going to grind, and in about 48 hours, we're going to have an ATM offering because they're going to want to get in there and take some stock. And I think 95% of the time you will see that actually to happen. And I think by educating a trader and talking about the move before it happens and preparing that trader, that's where they can make their money, because that's where size comes in. A lot of people trade with fear, so they trade with small size because they really don't understand it, or they'll just paper trade, or they won't trade it at all. But if you can get that trader and start to show them, like, this is actually going to sell off. So if you have the ability to short the stock, look for the stock to come down, not go up. Well, AJ, why is it coming down? And that's where the key is for awesome calls. This is where we stand out, I believe, above all others, is that we take the time to we stop and we answer questions, even in the middle of the trade. There's sometimes I have a great trade I'm going to do, but somebody might ask me a question that's really important, and it could be a new trader, it could be a seasoned trader, and I'm going to stop. I'm not going to take that trade and just say, okay, let me explain this to you. And I don't think there's really any room that gives you that kind of support that you need and guidance to help you become a great trader. And that's really what I want.
Go ahead. Okay. All right. So I wanted to dig into something that you called out there, which is news, understanding press releases, news flow that's coming out of companies, etc. That's something that is very, near and dear to our hearts at Benzinga, right? We've been building this business for 10 years with the whole idea of we want to make news accessible, easier to consume, take out jargon, etc. That's what started us. That's what drives us. But we don't get a ton of traders who come onto our show and want to talk about news or talk about trading news. So could you just give us a little bit of background on how you interact with news in your daily trading, what you're looking out for, what are red flags? I don't know. Any tips and tricks or even anything for somebody who's not used to using news?
Okay, let's just take a FDAs. Let's just talk about FDA. All right, let's just talk about, okay, so what moves the stock? Well, Alzheimer's disease, cancer, tuberculosis, the main things out there, those will move stocks. And they can take a stock from 20 to 100 because we've played those before. But if you
Yep.
have stocks like, diet pills, going to the bathroom pills, skin pills, skin, and all these other, related stuff like that, or eyes or ears, they're not going to move a stock. They're going to pop it and then it's going to fade. When you look and read the news, like we're filing for an NDA. Okay, that doesn't mean the FDA approved anything. We're
Yep.
filing for an application. We're going to take some people in to do the research for this. Okay, those are meaningless. Yes, you'll get the initial pop because newbies will chase it, thinking, "Oh my goodness!" But in awesome calls, we'll take that $2-3 pop and we'll call a short, and we'll fade the stock. There's other things that you'll read in a headline, and I'll go, like I said, you're following something or you're going to do something. There's a lot of words out there that put in, and it's basically they're going to do something, but it really hasn't happened yet. And there are a lot of key words where I'll zone in and like, okay, see, that's a short. That's why the stock collapsed. That's why the stock failed. And so when you combine all of that, and that takes years and years and years to develop those kind of levels, where now I can look at it, any FDA news you put across the board, and I'll go, that's a short. That's going to move downwards. That's an upward trend. Okay, that one's going to move. We're going to run that 30 points today. This is why. And this is really important to a trader because imagine if you come into the room and you have a nice account and you want to put 3,000 shares in because you saw this news and it's a diet pill that's fine for an application with the FDA, and I'm the first guy that's going to tell you that's a short that stock 2 points because it's not going to go up, it's going to pop and come down. And then I get to explain it, and then at the end of the day you actually see it and you're like, wow, how did you know that? And then I start opening up live on the screen and I read the PR and I go over it step by step. You see this? This is exactly why it's selling off. And then the members, they take notes. And it's all about characteristics of the stock. And this is what our business is. It's understanding. This is why I trade a Tesla daily, maybe a NVIDIA. If the market's up, market's down. If we gap down, if we flush down, if we have a halt down, no matter what you're doing, I'm understanding the market in a sense that these stocks have range. This is going to move up. This is going to do. And when you really explain that to a trader on a daily level, and he starts to comprehend daily the characteristics of each of these stocks and characteristics, how to read through the news, how to interpret the news, what's a long, what determines the short, what is the short squeeze and so forth, that's where the trader starts to evolve. And that's really important in our business, is to have the trader evolve. It's like going to school in our room. You're just every day you're walking away learning something, because with that comes size. Everyone can trade with 50 shares, 10 shares, 100 shares, 2,000 shares, 50 shares. But when you start to understand it, that's when you start taking 3,000 shares, 4,000 shares, 5,000 shares, 10,000 shares, because you know the stock is going to move and the reason behind the move. And that's what makes us different.
And guys, check this out. I dropped a link in the chat while AJ was talking. We have an FDA calendar. While we're on the topic of FDA, I can't turn down a plug. But we have a totally free FDA calendar on Benzinga.com. There's not even an ad on this page, so it should be. But I digress. But check it out. We actually have this button that we built here that's binary events only. We have the historical database. We have upcoming events, like what are the PDUFA dates for all these drugs and that sort of thing. So if you're learning with AJ and want to get more into the biotech space, have an idea as to what's going on, we've got a cool little tool for you. It's updated intraday, etc. So
that's beautiful. That's amazing.
All right, I'll DM this to you so you can check it out. We would love feedback on it. We launched it just about a month ago. We hired a team who's updating this data intraday. It's got the links that, we sort of do like a quick little breakdown of what happened. And then we have the links to the PRs. So you can just read the PR directly and find exactly what you want to find. We have all the estimated PDUFA dates, top line data. They say it's going to come out in Q1 or it's coming out in June, etc. So there's some cool stuff in here.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's an amazing tool. Great. And I could probably read through the headlines in 2 seconds, say, that's a short, that's a long, that's a short, that's a long.
Boom. Now we're talking. Okay. All right. We just need to launch an FBA business, you and I, or something like that. But okay. So something else that I want to talk about, AJ, your morning watch list. Right.
Yes, sir.
I think one of the things that you're well known for is you set up these morning watch lists. I know today you said you were starting off with somewhere around 77 stocks, and you were working on narrowing that down to your group of 12 that you do every day. Can you talk to us about what you're looking for when you're putting together those morning watch lists? What sort of things are on your radar? How does a stock catch your eye, etc.?
Yes, sir. Beautiful question. Beautiful question. For me, it's range. It's range. It's the more the gap. That's what I love. I'm all about range because let me just quickly explain. If I think a stock is going to come down, okay, let's take GameStop yesterday.
Yep.
For me, GameStop was going to run at 300. It was trading between 280, 290, peaking at 294, 295. So you look at my list yesterday, I said, all right, traders, when game hits 300, it is going to fly. All right, that's a big area. Once we clear that, we're going to run at least 5 to 10 points minimum. Okay, so if you look at game yesterday, game ran 44 points on that call.
Yep.
So why did it catch my eye? Well, game was up 18 points. Now, you don't go up 18 points in pre-market if you're not going to be wanting to play. That's telling me you want to play with me today.
Yep.
And to me, in our business, okay, this is really important and critical to understanding why Awesome Calls is so special. If I say a stock is going to run 5, 10, 12, 15 points, let's say I get in the stock at 301 and the stock runs 7 points, 200 shares, I'm done. $1,400. I made my $1,500 for the day. I'm done. I'm happy. All right. But let's say that other trader came in the room or he's been waiting. He's a little nervous. AJ, I don't know. I'm like, don't worry. I got you. Look at the chart. This is on screen. Let me show you. Now, let's say that person gets in at 308. He's still going to make money to 320. So he'll make 3 to 5 points. Let's say another trader comes in. I've been nervous all morning. Should I take it now? Calm down. Take a deep breath. Put in 50 shares, 100 shares. Click the button. And the stock runs another 6 more points. Oh my gosh, I just made $140. I love you. Okay. What I've done is I've given a stock that gives you range. So no matter if you don't hit it right away, a lot of these stocks, if you don't hit it right away and the move is done, it's done before you can even start making money. With a stock like Game or a Tesla or a Clove, even if you miss it, the stock still has room for you to still get in there and trade the stock. So you could still make money. You're not worried if you miss the initial move, because a lot of people will wait 1 or 2 minutes as the market opens. For me, I like to trade that open. I'm really good at that. I've been doing it for many years. So I can laterally be done. And my goal is always to be done in 4 or 5 minutes of the opening bell. Make my quick $1,500, $1,200, $1,000 minimum. And then I can focus the rest of the day on helping traders get into that trade and help them see that trade and help them, because they need that. That's what they're in there for. And so what catches my eye are if Wish is up 3 points, if Clove is gapping up 8 points, I'm going to trade that stock. I'm going to pop it, stop it, and then start to scale in short, break support of 26, and let it flush down. And that was the note today. So Clove needed to, in order for us to long Clove with size, we needed at least 28.50 to 29 to pop at the open, not a fat finger. And then if it pulled under 26, it was a short. And then as soon as it broke 26 support, it was an all-day fade. And now it's sitting at, 1770. Same thing with, okay, here's a stock, for instance, today that caught my eye, Campbell Soup. No chat room's not going to trade Campbell Soup. It's a boring stock. But in Awesome Calls,
I don't know if you can see me, but I definitely made a face when you said that one. I'm like, I don't know if anybody's ever brought up that stock before.
We will trade Campbell Soup in Awesome Calls. Okay. Why? Because historically, Campbell Soup investors and portfolios like to have Campbell Soup in their portfolios for their clients. So when Campbell's reports maybe a miss and it's dropping 5 to 7 points, Awesome Calls is the kind of trading room will say, I would buy the weakness at $45 a share. The stock should get it back up 2 to 3 points, slow move to the upside. So if you're brand new to trading and you're like, man, I wish I could just make $100 on something, take Campbell Soup, because historically, the characteristics of this stock, they like to buy the weakness. So the stock call today on Campbell Soup was a long. So sometimes I'll put in a stock like that where I want somebody to make money that on a slow move. They need that slow move. Then, like today, Fissile. Fissile is a stock that was on my watch list because it was up 2.5, 3 points. So I told everyone, this is a short. Why is it a short? It is a short solely because the stock had no reason to be up to begin with. So I would like to scale in short at the open, break support at 58, and let it flush down. So if you had 500 shares short at 58, you took 3.5 points and made $1,500 on that trade. And it's pretty much was scripted. You look at my notes, you read it, says exactly what it's going to do, why it's going to do it, and then it just sold right off. And if you look at the stock, it's trading at 54, 55. Why is it down there? Because it should never have been down there to begin with. And lastly, Path. Path is the earnings play. Look at Path. Now, Path to me, all right, I read the report. I read through the earnings report. I understand Path. To me, this was going to get bought up on weakness. So I want a long at 70. I think the stock has room for 4 to 5 points to the upside. It will not gap fill to 77 because the earnings weren't that good. However, characteristically, over the last 5 years, as I've been trading Path and that type of trade, I understand that Path will get bought up. So again, if you take 300 shares of Path today, the stock hit 74.94. So you would have made at least $1,200 to $1,500 just trading Path and not having to worry about, oh my gosh, and all these other small caps and the games and the AMCs. I give traders a mixture. I'll trade the Teslas, the Nvidias. Here's a couple games and a few others. I'll give you earnings reports. I'll give you an analyst upgrade. So it's something for everyone, because as a trader, everyone's account is a different size. So what I try to do is accommodate each trader. Here's a $2 stock. Here's a $5 stock. Here's a $20 stock. Here's a $10 stock. Here's a 600. Because there's a lot of traders that only have 5,000 and less.
Yep.
So they don't have a lot of money.
Whenever we do anything on small account trading, it's so popular.
Yes. And so let's just say somebody has $5,000. You know, AJ, I have $5,000. Okay. Well, how can I make money? How can I build my account? Well, we have some really talented traders in our trading room that love. And one of the things that I love about our room is it's a family. We are ACT family. We're a family. We work together. We love each other in the sense that when somebody succeeds, we want to empower them and congratulate them. If somebody's down, I'm the first one. I'm going to get you back up. And we never, we don't do.
And AJ, can you tell us where folks can stay in touch? We're getting a lot of questions in the chat about that.
About what?
About how do they stay in touch with you? How do they join the chat room, etc.?
Oh, you just go to awesomecallstrading.com. You scroll down. You can sign up for a day, a week, or a month, and you can cancel at any time. But usually once you're in there, you don't want to leave. You're like, I love this. This is so awesome. Teach me more. Help me more. Help me understand why this moved and why this. It's very structured.
I just put that link in the chat, guys.
It's very structured. There's no noise. So the only person that's in the room, as far as I'm concerned, is you. You're paying for me to help you. So I will give you that undivided attention that you are looking for. Now, you can't come in there and monopolize my time. That's the way it works. I might look at a question and look at your question, and I might generalize it and say, on this and this and this, well, we can do this. Let me show you this. But if you come in there and, hey, how do you long a stock? Okay, I'm not for you. I mean, you need to know the basics to come in our room, because I'm just going to take your game to another level. That's all.
Okay. And AJ, we've got to move on in just a minute here. But one last question for you.
Yes, sir.
AMC has been the name of the week, especially at least amongst our show viewers. Any opinion on that one, or how you're looking at that one?
I think AMC will eventually break out and make another solid move to the upside. I think Game will do the same thing. AMC is not done. Yep. I think right now we're trading in a nice channel. It's kind of like a leg up, pull back, when you look at the bigger perspective, and it grinding out. It's grinding out to me. Once it breaks over 60, we start seeing 70, 75. If it snaps 35 and under, then the stock will fade back to 25 to 20, and then we're kind of done with it. But those are my levels. When I see it, if it gaps up 4 or 5 points, boom, we're going to nail it. If it gaps down, we're going to take the downside of it, and we're going to short the stock.
All right. Yeah. I like it. And guys, again, just a reminder, if you're just joining us, a couple things. 1, smash the like. 2, this is the Power Hour, the Trade Idea Show. 3, we are here with AJ Trader joining us, gracing us with his presence. And 4, if you are trading GameStop, remember there are earnings after the close today. We're expecting that press release, the earnings press release, to come out sometime around 4:05 p.m. Eastern. Conference call is scheduled at 5 p.m. Eastern. Register for the conference call now. Last quarter got full, and then the conference call is really what ended up moving the stock more than the earnings numbers themselves. So keep that in mind. And AJ, I appreciate you coming on and hanging out with us today.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure and an honor, and I look forward to doing it again soon. Thank you.
Awesome, man. All right, perfect. And I'll shoot you over that FDA page too.
Awesome. Thank you.
Boom. There we go. There we go. How about that one, guys? I think we need an air horn there for AJ coming on the show, talking about those hot stocks, calling the Clover move earlier this morning. So there it is. Christian Gallagher in the chat saying we should have a GME earnings live watch party. Yes, that we will do that. Yes. All right. If you're new to this channel, hit subscribe. At the very least, we're going to do a GameStop watch party today. We'll go on stream at 4:00 Eastern. I'm just making this up on the fly. We're removing whatever plans we have, but we're going to do that at 4:00 Eastern. We'll be on here hanging out. We'll watch the numbers come out in our trusty Benzinga pro.benzinga.com. We'll be tuned into the conference call, which will come out right around 5:00 or so. So that's the move there. All right. Sound good?
What's up, Lukey?
There it is, junior executive producer AB.
How we doing?
We're doing well, man.
I just wanted to show we might have to push, since we're going to Tilray right now, we might have to push our Vegas stock trades, but I wanted to show you the video we got real quick. Show you.
All right, roll it.
That was it.
I stepped away. I'm thinking it's gonna be 20, 30 seconds. No, that was it.
It was just a 5-second intro video to the summer
video you got there.
You want to see it one more time?
What? Yeah, one more time. Roll it again. Cool. All right, guys. So preview of what we have ahead of us in just this next short 30 minutes. We're about to talk to Erwin Simon, CEO of Tilray, favorite of the chat. We see that ticker literally every day fly across our screens. So we'll be getting to Tilray in less than a minute here. After that, we're going to be talking again about AMC and GameStop a little bit ahead of GameStop earnings. And of course, we were talking Vegas travel plays. The stocks have been hot. Everybody's been asking about those tickers. So we are absolutely going to be talking about those ones as well. But all right, without further ado, I want to get us kicking over to Tilray. Erwin, how are you doing today? Welcome to the Power Hour. It looks like your microphone may be on mute. But we are glad to have you here. Again, guys, Tilray, ticker TLRY, favorite of the chat. If you don't know the stock, you haven't been trading for long, clearly, is what I would say. But Erwin, what's going on? How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, guys. It's great to be on Power Hour, and it's great to be on with you guys. I feel the energy. I feel the movement. It's great. I mean,
That's what we try to do. We try to we get the energy going, we get the happy vibes going. Especially during COVID.
And maybe somehow we can take it and we can package it, we can sell it, and sell happy vibes to make people happy and enjoyable. We're all trying to come out of this new way of life. So
there we go. And I want to talk about the CPG. That's definitely one of the ones on my list. So we'll get to that. But before we hop into it, could you just give us a little bit of a background on the company, on the recent takeover that you guys had, for anybody who may not be familiar?
So number one, Afria, which was a leading Canadian, LP, and Tilray, which was Canadian LP. And just from my self background is I'm a consumer packaged goods guy who started a natural organic food company, 28 years ago. That built a company called Hain Celestial, which was built around a lot of natural organic products. And at first, when I started on that, people thought I was a little bit weird talking about natural organic, GMO, plant-based, etc. And built that into a $3.5 billion company and $7+ billion market cap at its height. Decided to leave that in 2018, joined the board of Aphria, and then became its chairman and CEO in March of 2019. And I see so many similarities. And I walked into Aphria with lots of challenges, but tremendous opportunities in regards to our grow, our different licenses, our different brands. And with that, was able to get Aphria into a place where we had 9 consecutive quarters of, profitability in regards to adjusted EBITDA. And with that, pretty exciting stuff. At Hain, I did, over 50+ acquisitions, grew the business through organic growth, new distribution. And I'm a big brand guy. I have 4 kids, but 2 of my kids are twins. And I wanted to call one brand and one equity along the way. So what I realized is to get Aphria to the next level is an acquisition or a merger of some sorts made sense. And, it was deciding, do we sell the company? Are we a buyer? Are we a seller? With that, I figured there's so much leg room, or there's so much, ability to grow Aphria. There's so much bandwidth here. It would be better for us to be an acquirer. So first, in October of 2020, we acquired Sweetwater Beer, and we should be drinking a 420 right now. At 4:20 in the afternoon, you're supposed to drink a great, Sweetwater beer. And Sweetwater's been around 25 years, sold in 60 different states, and has some great hazy products, which ultimately you're going to see on airlines soon. But with that, I also then went ahead and did a reverse merger with Tilray. And that happened in December 16th, 2020. And the exciting thing was bring those 2 companies together. I get asked all the time why this, deal made sense. Number one, it gave us access, in regards to distribution in Europe with their Portuguese facility. Their German facility is ours. They were an asset-light company, which would allow us to move all their grow into our Leamington facilities. They also had a business called Manitoba Harvest, which was a hemp-based food business in the consumer area. So the combination of their Canadian operation, their European operation, it actually, with our Sweetwater business and Manitoba Harvest business, gave us close to $150 million US business. And last but not least, guys, we're going to get $80+ million of synergies. If you take the multiple, drop to the bottom line, it increases your valuation. So today, by revenue, we're one of the largest cannabis companies in the world. And, with it, we have some of the most exciting brands, some great grow. We have a great footprint in regards to expanding in the U.S. market. And we have a very, very strong balance sheet to be able to go out there and do something with these brands in the company. So that's a little bit of update. And today we trade under Tilray, both in NASDAQ and on the TSX.
And Erwin, so you mentioned that you did over 50 acquisitions when you were at Hain. You talked about deals that you've done after that in the cannabis space. Can you tell us a little bit about what you look for in an acquisition, or if there's something that's most important for you in a brand or a company that you want to take on? What is that item that you're looking for?
It's interesting how that has changed. And it's a brand that's focused on consumer today. And, like I would not be buying a product line today if it was in the food business that sold cans of soup. I would not be buying something that's, a yesterday brand. Now, there is brands you can buy, and there's fixer-uppers and et cetera. So when I come back and look at GameStop or an AMC, and I scratch my head a little and understand, the trading in those and how they relate to consumers today. And I have kids that play games all the time, but with that, as I come back and look at why I'm so excited about the cannabis industry, it's a $100 billion industry. It's a new industry. The opportunities in regards to, adult use, the opportunities in regards to medical cannabis, the opportunities in regards to edibles and drinks is tremendous on a global basis. So I look at brands, businesses, categories that can grow. I look at acquisitions that are accretive to earnings. I look at acquisitions that are accretive to growth. And I'm big into generating cash, not burning cash. And with that, that is the type of acquisitions to look at.
Awesome. I love that. And especially that cash line. I mean, that's definitely how we've thought about our business, but we can get more into that later. So something I want to touch on, CPG background, you've talked about you want to build Tilray as a CPG business. For anybody out there who isn't familiar with the term, it's consumer packaged goods. Can you talk a little bit about what you mean when you say you want to be building towards a CPG business?
Well, if you come out today and look at companies with valuations, it's consumer packaged goods company. Apple in essence is a technology consumer packaged goods company. If you come back and look at the P&Gs, the Nestle's, the Unilevers of the world, the Diageos of the world, the Anheuser-Busch of the world, they're consumer packaged goods business that's built around their brands. And what I want to do is emulate, those companies and build it around our Riff brand, our Soleil brand, our Good Supply brand, our Marley brand, our Broken Coast brand, and expand those, whether it's into adult use. We talked about yesterday where we introduced a new medical brand in Symbios, which is in regards to a valued medical cannabis for pain, arthritis, etc. So what I want to do is very similar to these large consumer packaged goods companies that build their brands, but ours is around cannabis products or cannabis derivative products, whether it's CBD or hemp, etc., and get brands out there today that are known like a Heinz ketchup or, Haagen-Dazs ice cream. And that's where you get value. And if you come back and look at multiples, that's, if brands are sold later on, that's where you're going to get the multiple for the company. But the important thing is generating cash and generating free cash alongside that.
Gotcha. Now I'm just jumping in. This is Jason Raznick, the other co-host with Luke. So Luke started out, but I wanted to jump in and ask a couple questions about you're into sports. You own some teams in Quebec. National
Nova Scotia.
Yep, at Nova Scotia, but then St. John's Edge.
Yep.
Do you see at those stadiums, will they carry, CBD or infused drinks? Where's that and how is that going in Canada?
So right now, you will not see that in stadiums. But listen, I come back and I look at this here, in regards to infused drinks with CBD or ultimately THC. And, you come back and, when you walk a store today, 5 years ago, you didn't see White Claw or Truly in there and see how big a categories they are. So I come back and say, in regards to drinks today and alcohol, alcohol consumption in many ways is down. And I think a lot of it is being replaced by CBD drinks and THC drinks. In Canada today, these drinks, have to be purchased through liquor stores, mostly, or through the liquor boards. So I absolutely see that as a future. No different than you're buying a beer. You're buying, a seltzer drink with THC in it, or you're buying, a drink with CBD in it. That's an enjoyable relaxer when you're enjoying some type of sporting event.
Got it. Okay. I totally agree. So it's timing. But you guys are there.
It's all timing, and our circling that was buying, Sweetwater to ensure that we had distribution, that we had knowledge, that we had R&D, and if necessary, manufacturing.
Got it. And you guys, you're there, so you can lead the way. Luke, you had something to say, or I was going to take it
No,
back?
I was just going to say something else also. As as part of the Tilray acquisition, a whole canning line and canning business where they had a joint venture with Anheuser-Busch, which now we're taking over. So we will definitely be into THC drinks in Canada, and we'll be into the edibles business in Canada in a much bigger way.
Got it. Edible business. I mean, here in the U.S., I mean that's the rage right now that we're seeing. But
hey, Jason, if you stop and stop today, and if you stopped on Fifth Avenue today and say most women that walk down the street today and say, "Can I look in your purse?" You're going to find a gummy or two in there from a standpoint, along with their lipstick and their makeup, etc. And no different for men today. Like during the day, you want to calm yourself down. You want a little energy. You want a little, whatever. There's nothing wrong with, enjoying, a gummy or an edible to do that. And it's something that's a big part of life. And that's the big thing, going back to what you said before, Luke. Our investors today, our shareholders, are users of our products, okay, and understand our products. And, there's an old saying out there, you want to be selling products today, first of all, that your investors use, and B, one day that, my grandchildren or grandchildren are going to be ultimately using. And that's kind of, very much my philosophy in regards to building our products.
And following up on that, so yesterday you guys launched a new brand, Symbios, I believe is how we pronounce it. It's a medical brand. What goes into the decision to launch a brand versus take one over? Why did you guys decide to launch this new brand, et cetera?
So Symbio means plant and health.
Okay.
So, and I'm somebody who, has never really started brands from scratch. It was mostly acquiring someone else's brand and how did you grow it? And, I did that with Carrot Chips, Sweetwater, what we're going to do, Earth's Best Baby Food was a brand that grew it from a 14 million to a 250 million. So, when our team came back and said, wait now, in regards to our medical business, and what was happening is when a consumer would walk into a cannabis store, they'd look for a product for arthritis or pain. They would ultimately be selling them, an adult use product at a price that's lower than most medical products. So we decided, let's create a product, Plant and Health, that's a value product, that's lower price, and let's go out there and launch it with our R&D and our quality group, and let's see what happens there. And I must tell you, it's a product, I've used it, and it works. And that is something that we'll continue to do, is launch brands within our own business where that makes sense. Listen, we've launched and will launch Rift, a vodka seltzer through Sweetwater. We will also introduce Soleil as a drink, Broken Coast as an IPA, and taking our brands and see how we can move them into other categories, and look to expand our brands and create them from scratch.
Awesome. And Erwin, one last question for me. Jason may have some additional questions, I'm not sure, but something I like to ask every guest. If you had to pick one thing you're most excited about, this is usually the hardest question, but if you had to pick just one thing you're most excited about, what would that be?
So I got to tell you, stepping back, I'm really excited about this category. I mean, we have an incredible footprint in Canada. We have a good footprint, in Europe today in medical. So in the US, which is the biggest market, and where I have experience creating a consumer packaged goods business, and cannabis is not yet legalized here. And on a federal basis, you got 67% of consumers who want cannabis legalized. And with that, it's $100 billion category that's just starting off the ground. So what am I most excited about? The potential of legalization and what we can do in the US, once legalization happens.
Excellent. And any opinion on timeline for that legalization?
So listen, I think something's got to happen in the next couple of years. With the Democrats in power and they controlling, the presidency, the House and the Senate. You never know what's going to happen after the 2022 elections and et cetera. So I would hope something happens in the next 2 years. If not, then, your guess then is as good as mine. But even if it doesn't happen, Tilray today is positioned extremely well in Canada and Europe. I listen, on the other hand, I think Germany is going to legalize from adult use. I think Portugal, I think Israel with its new coalition government coming in there. And I think there's other parts of Europe will. So there's a lot more out. And if we can't, our other option, then we would buy consumer packaged goods businesses in the U.S. that would be infused with CBD and hemp. So it's not like we're boxed out if it did.
Yeah, but yeah, it should come about. But I guess I want to take people back a little bit. You've a lot of experience in this business world. Before you were here or Haines Celestial, what were you doing when you were in high school? Did you think this is what you'd be doing, or middle school? Like were you one of those kids that did really well in school, or had to overcome obstacles? Just love to hear a little bit more about your background before all of this.
So I grew up in a little town in Glace Bay, Nova Scotia. I grew up in a family of 5 kids. My father in his best year made $35,000. I was not a great student at all. And if I showed you my grades, my kids like, wow. I sit on the board of a university today, and I sit on the board of a private school because I'm big in giving back to schools, hospitals, etc., and being very involved. So I was not a great student. I graduated from a small school in Halifax, Nova Scotia called St. Mary's University with a Bachelor of Arts degree in sociology. I wanted to go to law school. I did want to go to business school, but my grades were not good enough to get in. And I was an entrepreneur at heart. Early on in my days, I had a lawnmower business. I had shoveled snow. I did multiple things in university because I had to pay my way through. And, I got an MBWA, management by walking around.
Like that one.
When I moved to New York, I ultimately got fired in 1992 from Slim Fast Foods. The best thing ever happened to me because I asked a lot of questions. And I'm big today in hiring young kids and interns and bring them into meetings and ask questions and mentor them. And when I got fired, I didn't have a green card. I didn't go to any fancy schools. I didn't have an MBA. So I was a Canadian in New York looking for a job. And I was told by multiple recruiters and headhunters I was unemployable. And that's when I went out and started Hain with my $200,000 that I had saved up. And with hard work, luck, tenacity, built Hain into what it is today. And, when I left Hain, it was kind of like, what am I going to do? I moved into Afria pretty quickly. So, I'm somebody that there was no silver spoon in my mouth, and every opportunity. I'm a big believer in creating. I'm a big believer in mentoring. I'm a big believer in changing the world, and I'm big into giving back and giving people chances.
Well, and Mr. Simon, I asked that question partly because Irwin. I asked that question partly because I felt it. I felt it that you in school, not that I'm comparing myself to you, but there was things where they grades and all that stuff, and I felt you're a guy that just overcomes things and gets it done no matter what. And I read about how when you came to New York and looking for a job, and they said you're unemployable without the green card. And then you started buying brands with that cash. And that is just, cobbling things that you're making lemonade, lemons in a lemonade, right? And so that part really is impressive. And then the mentoring, asking questions, I think you come at from a different perspective, and you've built up brands and you've done big deals. Your company gets a lot of coverage, a lot of volume. And I know your attitude is I'm going to build it and whatever happens outside that. But do you pay attention to message boards, what people are talking about Tilray? How do you, I guess, maybe ignore the noise a little bit since your company is widely covered? I mean, in some respect.
Listen, I pay attention to everybody that owns a share, every consumer that buys one of our products, okay? And I ask all the time because, I'm a big believer, if you're investing in me, I take, big responsibility to that. And I'm very fortunate. I'm big on having a good team to work with, and I got a very good team. There's an I in Tilray, there's no I in team. So it's not me, it's a team that I work with, and I get a lot of good input back from my team. And that is the big thing, is day in and day out, the team goes back and reads message boards, get input back. I got a call this morning, like, wow, you were one of the first CEOs that come out there and recognize retail shareholders and come out and commented how important it is to have retail shareholders. You bet they are, because they're smart, they're educated, they're spending their dollars, they're our consumers. Like a lot of companies, like, I don't want retail shareholders. You got to be kidding me. Okay. Listen, it's important to have institutional shareholders, but I got to tell you, they will be my shareholders. They will be my consumers for the next 20, 30 years. And if you make them money, they'll be absolutely loyal to you. And that's the important thing, is to make them money. But I believe in transparency and making sure you get out and communicate to them.
I mean, no, that's awesome. I know we only have like a minute or two, but a couple of things that I think the listeners don't necessarily know. You grew the brands that you built up in Hanes Celestial to like $3 billion in sales. Okay. And I'm bringing that up because you're this guy. I'm just picturing you. Maybe you had long hair. You come from Canada. I don't know what to do. My green card. I
still got a little long hair.
Yeah. So I need a picture from back then, but you're working at Slim Fast. They fire you because they're annoyed of you asking good questions. And so they just want to like go about their business. You're in New York. You don't have anything going on. You start putting some brands together and some products, and then you do $3 billion in sales. Did you ever imagine? I mean, $3 billion. I mean, like, I know what our numbers are, and it's like $3 billion. It's such a big number. I mean, I don't know. Like, did you, like, your bank? I just tell me about that. I guess what you envision when you started this thing, and then seeing $3 billion in sales. I mean, I don't know, just a different level.
So, Jason, yes, here's the
sir.
thing. Number one, you stop for a second and you pinch yourself and say, that's real. Then you can put your feet back on the ground, put your pants on the same way you did yesterday, and you never forget where you came from. And I'm as grounded, and I, watch pennies that turn into nickels and quarters, and that's the way you have to be. And listen, we've seen, and I say this to people all the time, can you believe your stock? Can you believe your stock? And I don't like to look at stock, because stocks go up, stocks go down. Okay.
Yep.
And I live by a philosophy, and I'm superstitious and spiritual. I only do deals on Tuesdays and Fridays. When I'm in the midst of doing a deal, my hair is a little longer. Okay. I always try and give charity away. Every day I kind of wonder, what will be the 2x4 that will hit me in the head today? Is it going to be a hard one? And how do you get back up and deal with it? But the thing is this here. How do you stay grounded and in touch with reality? And I think that's what happens today. You come back and look at valuations. And I look at, a company like Oatly. At one time I had the ability to buy, and I see where that valuation is today, or other companies out there. But what is the substance underneath that company that supports that valuation? And that's what's important to me. Never forget, you got to have a company before you have a stock, and support to have a company that can support the stock.
Got it. And last question I ask everyone, what was your worst or first job?
So, listen, I've worked delivering pizzas. I've worked in an undertaker. I drove ambulances. I drove hearse.
You did? Wow.
I did,
Oh my
shovel
gosh.
snow. I mean, I painted during the summer and got, blood poisoning because I was working in a dry cleaners. Okay. As a camp counselor, I was at that. I've done a lot of things. I was early on, I got free beer. I was a bootlegger in college. I did multiple things.
Wait, bootlegger in college. So you got beer, and then it's like.
Well, I used to get beer free from Moosehead breweries. And I say, wait, now something's wrong here. I'm getting 20, 30 cases of beer a week. I need money. I'm going to sell it, So yeah. I did that. And I say this here. I wish my kids had my upbringing. I wish I had my kids' upbringing. Okay. So listen, I've had a lot
that's a great line. I wish my kids had my upbringing, and I wish
I wish I had my kids.
That is
upbringing.
beautiful. I get it completely. It took a second for it to register. That's one of the most beautiful lines. Aaron, the producer, Aaron, please like quote that, mark it for me. I'm using that forever. That's a great one. Okay.
So, I had a lot of great jobs. I had a lot of lousy jobs, but everything is this here. No matter what you do, you learn something from it. That's ultimately the important thing to take away.
And then what camp were you a counselor at?
I was at a camp. Nope, Camp Kadima.
Okay.
In Bars Corner in Lunenburg, Nova Scotia.
Okay, because in Canada there's a Camp Tamaqua. It was in the movie Indian Summer.
Yep.
And my neighbor used to own it, and a lot of most of my friends went there. I went to a camp up north in Michigan, but in Tamaqua, I didn't know if you went to Tamaqua, then I was gonna be like, all right, now we can play geography. But
I went to Camp Kadima.
All right, Camp Kadima. Okay.
So yep.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on. We got to get you to one of our physical events when we start doing them again.
Absolutely. I'd love to do that. Be my pleasure.
Yes.
And it's an honor.
And Erwin, we do have an air horn on this show as well. That interview definitely deserves it. That interview definitely deserves it. That was amazing.
Because you didn't just talk the stock, the business. You talked about your life. And I'm reading the comments as we're talking, and people are like, just such a real person and liking you so much. There wasn't, you're just a real person. And they loved it. And it's rare when you have a real person that's not just speaking like when the PR person is telling them what to say. So we really do appreciate you coming on. When you have more news to break or what have you, please come on again. We're distributed to all the major brokerage platforms, basically every single one. So 30 million readers a month. We're the thing behind the thing. So that's our story.
Hey guys, congratulations on your success in creating what you're creating. And I look very much staying in touch and being, a part of your growth too.
Thank you. Good luck. And we'll be rooting you on from afar. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.
Yep, thank you. All right, Luke. Really enjoyed that one.
Yeah. How awesome was that? That's a second air horn. That's a second air horn. Okay.
When we do Elon Musk, I don't know if he'll be as good. I really enjoyed that. You're really into that air horn, Luke. You're really into that air horn. Right. I didn't know where you're going with that. When you're like, I have an air horn. I was like, what are you talking about? But I get it. You got it. You did it. It was good. It flowed.
It's like a fun, memorable.
It flowed.
Yeah.
I liked it. It was great. I liked hearing this story. I liked understanding more in the business. I listened to you interview him at first because I wanted to get more in the business and where things are going. And then I like getting the backstory, right? Yep. I'm very big into the backstory. So,
and if you guys don't know Hain, that was Erwin's previous company that came up a couple times. Check it out. Ticker HAIN. It is a massive public company.
Well, I think Carl Icahn was involved. Not Carl Icahn. I think my buddy Nelson. Because I think Nelson they were involved. Yeah, Nelson P. So, very good, Luke. That you got it going. There we go. I'm doing some recognizance in here right now too. But yeah, good show. I know you have to go for your birthday today. Luke's birthday. Or is it Spencer Israel's birthday? Did they email Spencer happy birthday?
Yep, guys. Please do that. He works really hard in the background. I'll drop it in the chat.
Yep. Just email Spencer Israel at benzinga.com. Happy birthday.com. He works hard. And as always, if you use Robinhood, send Robinhood an email that you would like more Benzinga news. Send a screenshot to powerhour@benzinga.com with that message, and we will send you swag. Just give us your address and your size. We have 20 boxes of swag here. We want to ship out 50 jackets or shirts by the end of this week. So send an email to Robinhood or any brokerage you use or Yahoo Finance that you want Benzinga news. We will send you swag. I don't even care if you already, I don't even care if you guys already did this. Do it again. We'll send you more. Okay. So get it for your daughter. Get it for your son. Get it for your brother.
Your mom. Your neighbor.
Father's Day.
You probably don't have a great relationship with your neighbor. It could probably be better. Get something for him.
Go meet your neighbor. Send it to you for Father's Day. Whatever, So there you go. And I hope if you guys like that interview with the Tilray CEO, hit us a like in the YouTube and let friends know about us. So yeah, Robinhood Jordan uses us, but they could use us more. They could use us more, Jordan.
And again, hit that subscribe button because at 4:00 Eastern today, 4 p.m. Eastern, is just 3 hours from now, GameStop earnings coming out. We are going to be live. We're going to be doing a live reaction, a live breakdown of the numbers, how the stock's moving, etc.
Luke, they really want the horn. I guess they're a little horny. Oh, whoa.
Boom. There it is.
There you go. You guys got the horn. You guys are great. Happy Muhammad, everyone. Zoltan, I saw you active in the chat today. That's awesome. That's Zoli, the Moli. He's here in Detroit in our office. He's ready to go. Luke had a nice meeting with him yesterday. How'd that go? What'd you guys talk about, Lukey?
Good. We're rejiggering how we're going about breaking news. So I think we have some good shots on goal. Like all these companies that have been coming to our events, we haven't been reaching out to. Like there's some low hanging fruit that will get us back into this breaking news game.
Okay. Anything else that our team, that the Zinger Nation, can help us with? You guys, we talk about. You guys might say, "Why are you talking about stuff behind the scenes?" But we do because this is Zinger Nation. We're all one. You guys talk to us about the stocks you want us to talk about. We do it. We go with the CEOs. They want us to talk about AMC. Luke, can you just put
like I see Nick saying the interview with the PaySafe CEO. Like that is a reach out that we're going to do as soon as we're off the air. And AMC, there you go.
So AMC, we're floating down to 49. I like, Luke, again, that it's staying there. And the volume we're looking at is decent. It's not incredible compared to other days. I'm still long it. I own it. I also own other kinds of these stocks. If you want to talk about those, here's the other catalyst that we have is, again, obviously we have got GameStop earnings tonight. The two stocks will move together. GameStop has had some serious management changes. They've talked about the new strategy a little bit since the last quarter. So I have the expectation that GameStop is going to light up this conference call today and sort of come out with a boom. Here's the plan. Here's what's going on. Here's how we're moving forward. If that gets GameStop going, I think it gets AMC going as well. Yeah, and Luke, can you, as you have that AMC up, can you pull up real quick Wendy's, WEN?
Yes, sir. WEN. Wendy's, Chili.
Okay, so Wendy's was at 27 yesterday. Luke told me to take off some of my shares because I had a nice thing. I didn't take off a cent, and maybe I should have, but I didn't. Okay, and then two more, Luke. Voyager, VYGVF. Let's see if it's back up.
Yeah, we've got a nice little crypto run today.
All right,
so we're up some energy in the crypto stocks.
Okay, and then Cameron Dole, because Cameron Dole is so nice and always gets the Google, super sticker thing. We look up VUZI.
There you go. Boom. There's a pop for you.
So Cameron, we got a volume move on this one, and so that's what we're seeing here. A little spike here, and I'm not heavy volume, but in the recent this times I don't know what's moving it now, but. Could be some big buyers coming in there. And by the way, we didn't talk about this, Luke. Do you know what he said, the CEO?
Irwin? Nope, I don't know.
Irwin said about retail traders. How he yeah. So like
every single retail trader matters as much as every single institution.
I know. What we need to do is amass Zinger Nation as the biggest community like in the world. You know what I mean? Like, so think about it. There's like Democrats, Republicans, and they're like, it's like a big community. Like I'm not saying everyone's together, but like you have to go appeal to the debate. We got to make Zinger Nation a force of 50 million retail traders or 200 million retail traders. These CEOs need to speak to us. You guys want Vuzi? You want this guy on? We need to speak to each other. Oh, Vuzi, where are my plant glasses? Aaron Bree, I thought I was supposed to do a tour of the plant using the glasses. Good point, Enkel. We'll have to get that going. But anyway, VWAPs, we'll do more of that. What's coming on next?
Does anybody like Lucid Motors in the chat? Let's do a quick survey on that one. One, if you're interested in that stock. Two, if you're not. So as we did get an invite yesterday to go check out some stuff with Lucid. You have to decide whether or not Zinger Nation cares about it.
So coming up after this,
if you're interested in Lucid, press 1. If you're not interested in Lucid, press 2. Thank you, Brenda. Send Spencer an email.
Yep. I'll put that in there again so you can check it out.
I will follow up with Vuzi. We'll get those glasses. After this,
we can get the glasses, or we're going to do an interview with him while he wears the glasses and gives a tour of the facility.
Ooh, yeah, I like that.
Did you listen to the clip from yesterday, Bree, to see what Luke said about our casino, our outdoor thing stuff?
Yep, I did.
Okay, so now do you understand?
I understand. Yeah.
So
Luke said we should do it, and you said after that tomorrow, which would be today, we were going to do Vegas, and the next day we'll do water sports. So I missed that part
Every
first time.
Every day we'll do a different thing.
Yep. So tomorrow now is going to be Vegas and travel stocks. So we'll get Wynn, Sands, Vegas Sands, all those stocks. We'll do a breakdown of those, and then the following day.
What we're talking about is a summer stock plays. Each day we're doing a thing. Aaron is supposed to produce a segment. His first time producing a segment. We're excited to see what he comes up with. Tomorrow is casino plays. The next day is beach water sports plays, and the next
All right,
day.
let me ask you this, Jason. What day is it tomorrow? What day of the week? I got this wrong earlier on the show twice.
I know it now.
Okay, all right, you know.
I know now because I'm
I was
playing.
so confused.
I'm playing golf at 5 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
It's a very early golf round, but I'm playing at 5 o'clock in that Thursday men's league. That's why I know it's Wednesday. What day did you think it was, sir?
Oh wait, you just said it's a Thursday men's league?
Yeah.
He's talking about
today's
tomorrow,
Wednesday.
though. He's talking about tomorrow.
Okay, I get it.
What day did you think it was, Junior?
I thought it was Tuesday twice. I just lost a day of my life.
Also, we might have to see junior executive producer here might get some real life egg on his face because we had a little scheduling mishap on me. But tomorrow we have a really special Raz report coming up. I believe it's back on, right, Jason?
Oh, what happened with that rescheduled meeting, Luke?
Yeah,
You got a new calendar invite in your inbox.
So it's it's updated now. So the interview's back on. All right. So tomorrow at 10 a.m., huge fucking interview that could move stocks, but that's not what it's about. With Sandy Monroe. Sandy Monroe, the smartest guy in the world when it comes to electric vehicles and vehicles in general.
Yeah, just general mobility.
Yeah, I have to study for 2 hours, like 2 hours tonight. Sandy Monroe. Hey, can you make sure someone here at Bree gives me a headset, like headphones? I think we have a whole box of them here. I need to bring them to my son's baseball game and listen to his interviews during the baseball game so I can take notes. I'm interviewing Sandy Monroe on the Raz Report. Aaron, make up some graphics for it because he needs to be impressed. Aaron, if I have nothing prior or after, we should go do it on site. Can you check with my calendar and then we go do it on site and bring like producer Rohan and do it on site?
Yeah, that would be fun. I think they're only about 30 or 40 minutes away. They're in Auburn Hills, I believe. Is that
they're 15 minutes away? Okay.
15 minutes
away. From us. Secondly, solid state battery, the lithium ion killer, new Ray Art. You're about, I think it's like crypto quantum computing. I think you're like 10 years ahead, but I don't know. But then the second thing that's really important is the slime. We are doing the sliming. I am getting slime trying to hit 100,000. It's a slime thing. We're doing it in the front of the building. You'll see our sign, and it's going to be big. We're not going to see when you put slime on someone, you just pour a little thing. It's like the ice bucket challenge. When you do it, it's done. It's kind of a letdown. So we got to make it a little bigger. So we're trying to figure out how to make it a little bigger. So it's not just like throw slime on, and then it's done. We're going to make it a little bigger. We're coming up with some stuff. Mr. B.
How about we slime you? And then you can't come back inside the building until you get hugs from at least 2 people. Like you have to go up to strangers, pretend you know them, and like try to go in for a hug all slimed up.
What the heck? When did that turn into this? I would be afraid to do that without the slime on me.
I know.
So now with the slime
I'm making it way more fun.
Yeah, that would be more fun. What I was thinking, Luke, is like get a crane or get like a bulldozer, put slime in the big shovel and turn it all on me. And so why do I need to wear earplugs? Oh, because the slime could hurt my ears? I hope not. Okay. So something like it can't just be one little thing. It has to be something bigger, Luke. And I don't know. We just have to do it. We just have to get a bunch of slime, get buckets, and not get approval from the city of Detroit and just do it and video it and run. And then, and let the police come. I mean, let's do some Nelk Boys type stuff.
That's where I'm going with the hugs, man. All right.
Oh, you're making me Nelk Boys?
I'm trying to think of something like an awesome, like what would be a great YouTube prank channel like skit,
Yeah. I mean, I could tell you so many. They do these workout skits all the time. They go to gyms, but they don't do it funny. I'll tell you what they should do. So I just watched one. He should go into a gym when the guys are like lifting weights and they're making these faces like they're really like, how they make faces when they lift weights. Go up to the guy and say, like, start taking the weight, like lift it yourself and help the guy. And he'd be like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Well, I saw you. Your face was all like for, you know what I mean? I'm here to help you.
Okay. How about this? You could get slimed and then go into the gym for a personal training lesson and just don't say anything about it.
That'd be
like how
funny.
long will it take? Like just be like really awkward and don't let the guy bring it up and see how long you can go.
That would be pretty funny. Wait, they can't believe Raz knows Nelk Boys. Raz was out with the Nelk Boys. Raz sat next to, was out with the Nelk Boys. I would have been actually in Kyle's video when he He had beer in his mouth, and he like sort of squirted it into the girl's mouth, and I was the one who was holding the camera for him. So and it wasn't planned. It was random in Miami. They were at the table next to us, and I was talking to Steve. Will do it for like 5-10 minutes, but he was in another world, so to speak, if you understand what I mean. And
Producer AB's world.
And yeah, producers AB real. Hey, and Luke, I'll drop something, and I'll tell the story next week. Imran Ali says I need to buy clove. I hung out with Jack Dorsey I hung out. You guys, if you guys want to hear about my night with Jack Dorsey until 5 a.m. or 6 a.m., press 1. If you don't want to hear about it, press 2.
Wait, I thought he made you sign an NDA.
Oh, I could get Nelk Boys to come on. Steve will do it. I can get Steve will do it to come on. If you guys all tweet to Steve will do it, he'll come on. He will. So tweet him to come on. If you want to hear about my night with Jack Dorsey, it was Friday night till 6 a.m. I was with Jack Dorsey till 6 a.m. And I'm not lying.
Guys,
Luke,
please make sure to email Spencer.
Luke,
give him that shout out for his birthday.
Luke, am I lying about Jack Dorsey?
You are not lying about Jack Dorsey.
I was with Jack Dorsey.
In the slightest.
I was with Jack Dorsey till 6 a.m. on Friday night. And that is a true story. But I'm not going to share yet because we don't have enough ones. So won't share. But, as always, tell your brokerage.
We need to get them to build the feature onto Twitter. We'll let's collab with them. Or when you hover over a stock symbol, it pops you up a little chart with a recent news headline and that sort of thing.
Why are you saying that? Oh, for that? Yeah. Well, we should have the Google extension. What happened to John G's extension? Or have Vin create the extension where you hover over the thing. He could probably create an hour.
Yeah, I mean, the extension is interesting. But if we work with Twitter to actually do it, there's so many cash taggers out there. It would be freaking sweet.
Yeah.
Next level shit.
Andre, you're hilarious. Yes, you're right, Andre, but it's kind of an ongoing joke. All right. Hertz Scrambler, I'm not bragging about. Sorry, Hertz Scrambler, I'm not bragging about Jack Dorsey. I'm just telling you facts, and people know who he is. And so sharing a story. This is a very open and honest channel, Hertz Scrambler. So that's what we're here for. And yeah, that's it. So
that's it. Boom.
Yeah.
4 o'clock, guys. Hit subscribe. GameStop. We're going to be tearing it up.
GameStop. We're going to go live.
Numbers.
And guys,
get the energy going.
And if you're Benzinga.com, go to Benzinga.com. Hit join, hit the login thing. I tried it today, Luke. I didn't have a total success. I was kind of, whatever, but I'm gonna have to talk to Vin. But
wait, Luke, you know it was supposed to be at 4 o'clock?
No, I have no idea. I just rescheduled.
It was gonna be Mike Rao's pilot episode of his new show.
Okay, well, it's gonna have to. Dude, it's GameStop day. Sorry.
Yeah, we'll talk to Mike Rao.
Mike Rao can host GameStop.
Luke, I really hate when people spell my last name without a C, but there really doesn't need to be a C. I don't know.
No, okay, my pet peeve for your last name is when people do it with the E.
Oh,
R-E. That drives me crazy. How about R-A-S? R-A. Yeah, for me, it's the E. I get Jacob a lot. That drives me crazy. Luke Jacoby, people say, "Hey, Jacob."
The worst was when I was playing golf when I was in high school. The eccentric wrote Jason Roenick, and I hated Jeremy Roenick because he played for the Blackhawks, Luke. And I'm a Red Wing fan, and so Roenick was my worst one. But yeah, I'm with you. You can just call me Raz. But that guy above, he VS or something said he got rid of my C, and I worked really hard for that C. I really did. I got a C in my biology class one time. No, microeconomics in college. Miss Jan Gerson. I worked my fucking ass off. She gave me a C+.
I had Gerson as well. Okay.
Oh, you did?
Yes, I did.
Did you get an A+?
I'm sure I got at least an A. Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. AMC, $49 right now. Anthony, if you want to make a buy, we'll see. We can, before we go, we'd love to say 50 if you can make a buy, Anthony. Anthony Digman, it's your chance right now to move AMC. Are you doing it?
And also, real quick before we go, I just checked. We're at 196 likes. We need 4 more likes to get up to 200, but we need more than that. We got to get up to 250 because we have 486 people watching right now. So if we get up to 250,
are you trying to say that if we don't get there, producer AB, we're not doing our summer trade idea segment tomorrow?
That's exactly what I'm saying. We're not giving out the hot summer stock picks for the trades of the summer, not just summer trades, but
how about with my Jack Dorsey to 6 a.m.? Hey, wait, Anthony Dingman, you know my friend Baddies Only, that's my buddy. Or Purple Miami, yeah. So Jack Dorsey 6 a.m. and the hot trades tomorrow, Vegas style hot trades, and then tomorrow 10 a.m. Eastern, Sandy Monroe. I'm telling you, this is one you're gonna love, and he has moved Tesla stock by billions of dollars and many stocks, including Ford, including FUV. He's an advisor of FUV. That is whatever that's name.
We talk about the thing behind the
Arcimoto.
thing on this show a lot. Like Sandy Monroe is like the man behind the thing, and that thing being the massive automotive mobility space.
And I promise you, I will ask the questions that others haven't. I promise you. I promise. Okay? If I don't, not only will they slime me, they will throw rocks at me and stones, and they will whatever, and then put that thing where they burn your arm or something, and like do that too. So if I don't ask the questions,
Wait,
if you guys
what's
want,
the arm burning? I missed that one.
Wait, Indian rug burn. Wait, maybe can we not say that anymore? Native American rug burn.
no, I'm saying like in a fraternity they used to talk about where they brand you or something, like burn you. So I am saying if I do a bad job on that interview, you guys can brand me with the letter F on my arm to give me an F for the interview. Sandy Monroe at 10 a.m.
How about we
hopefully
brand you
live.
with an AB? Every day you'll think about producer AB.
Oh, I already do. So dude, how about the calendar invite thing? I mean, are you kidding me? He had to cancel 3 times. He doesn't put on my
I
calendar.
had to reschedule a meeting with 9 people. I'd have 2 phone calls to get that meeting rescheduled.
We can do real live egg on my face on the stream tomorrow. No, we get up to 300 likes.
You 100% should, Aaron. You know that we don't look at that calendar thing. That's the thing. You 100% should have had it on my calendar. 9 people's lives had to be impacted because of you.
2 phone calls I had to be embarrassed on trying to get this thing moved.
Yeah, what happened to my FUV vehicle? Who knows? Aaron Enforcers, that was your responsibility to get. But guess what? Guess where you went? Exactly. You went to Mars. We never heard from you. You're supposed to go get that car for us. That was you were the guy because you're closer to California where they are than we are. So it's your responsibility. All right. Why is Jason always picking on AB?
No, Jim Stock's my boy. He's from Missouri too. We're both Missouri boys, but this was all on me. Like I couldn't sleep last night. I felt so bad about not putting on the calendar invite. But to be fair, I did have it on the
something
Monday.
Something that me and Luke don't. Okay. Well, that Luke, he's about to get killed right now. I feel bad for him. You just said you had the interview scheduled for Monday, right? Right?
Well, no, I was just saying that time I did have it on the calendar invite, and we.
Oh, you did. Well, guess what, guys? Aaron Bree didn't come to the show on Monday because guess what? The guy that you said picks on Aaron Bree, myself, I invited him to Rocket Mortgage golf outing with Bryson DeChambeau. He got to talk to Bryson DeChambeau. He got to play golf for 4 hours on the PGA Tour's golf course that no one can play on in 3 weeks. Aaron Bree got to play on this. This would normally cost like $5,000 to play in. Aaron Bree got to do it. Why? Because as Jim Mason said, I pick on you. Well, I guess I pick on you so much, I must have picked your nose and brought you to meet Bryson and play golf for 4 hours while Spencer Israel slaved away at work. What, Luke? Go ahead.
I showed AB how to play Keno at the bar. Almost as cool.
I'm so red right now. I just feel bad. I can't. It was.
Yeah, they rustic. We talked about getting the car wrapped in Benzinga, from whatever.
Arcimoto.
Yeah, I can't follow through on everything. Like others need to do this stuff, you know. So and Christian Bryson's not an asshole. In fact, we're gonna bring Bryson on the show. That's what we're gonna do. Producer AB, get on that. We'll bring Bryson on the show.
I reached out to him on Instagram today, sent him the article I wrote, so he should be getting back to us.
Did you send him from the Benzinga DM?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. We'll bring ChargePoint C on. All right, guys. Thank you. Zinger Nation. If you follow golf, tweet to Bryson to come on the Benzinga Power Hour. Tag me. I'll retweet it.
And make sure to hit up Robinhood too. Hit up Robinhood saying you need your Benzinga news. Send us the screenshot to powerhour@benzinga.com and we're getting you the merch.
We have
those are the 2 asks. You don't have to email Spencer Israel, but you have to do those 2.
We have that virtual camera like above Rohan's desk. If you could turn it on, we could show him all the swag behind us, and then they could see that we want to ship it out. We want to ship you swag. You have a girlfriend, brother, sister, Father's Day, whatever. We're going to send it to you. Just think of us as like Nelk Boys, junior Nelk Boys for the investing world. Okay. So
wait, Daniel's asking about, isn't it Neil's birthday coming up too? Should we have them email Neil?
wait a second. Hold on. We didn't celebrate Luke's birthday on the show. It was Luke's birthday on Sunday. Does everyone not know that? I swear to God, it was Luke's birthday on Sunday.
Then producer AB left me high and dry.
You were in Miami. I texted you. I would have loved to be in Miami.
On the show on Monday, we could, cut it on a thing.
I mean, you should have had a birthday skit. This is what we're talking about. This is the training that internet enforcers and I tried to teach you, Bree. Like, it's his birthday. Make a video. Get some stuff done. There's 125 people that work here full time. Luke is like the man. How do you not get that done? I mean, come on, dude.
We'll include it with before the end of the week.
The point is, he's not supposed to know. And it's like a surprise, like make funny pictures of him, like find him in his underwear when he was like a baby, like that kind of stuff. Happy birthday, Luke. That's what we say. I mean, Aaron, you know what? It's your turn. Sing happy birthday, Luke. Go ahead.
No, he doesn't have to do that.
Yes, come on. He wants to. He loves you. Go ahead, Luke. Aaron, I know you have a good voice. Aaron sang in the school choir, and here he goes. You're looking all nice. Go ahead, Aaron. You can do it.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Luke Jacoby. Happy birthday to you. Where'd he go?
I don't know. His screen went black. It's weird. Okay. So good job, Aaron. Good job. I'll give you the soundboard clap, but Luke went black. So
yeah, I see him. Look, he's over here.
Oh, I don't know what he's doing. Okay. All right. I gotta go back to do some work. Happy birthday to Luke.
We have
what?
I was just saying, coming up, we have an E3 special. So the E3, for someone who doesn't know, it's like the biggest esports video game conference. So all the big Take-Twos, Activision, they make big announcements there. We're doing an E3 preview today, and then we're going to be continuing that coverage this weekend.
All right. How many likes do we have right now?
We have 230, so we're 20 away from 250. Okay. 231. We're 19 away from 250. I think we can get there.
You know what? You guys are here. Feel free to leave. Don't have to hit the like. But when you leave, go to another old video of ours and make a comment. Just say, we like Benzinga. We love Benzinga, or good content. Go make a comment on the previous ones. It helps with engagement for YouTube. Thank you. I'm glad I was back today. I know we've been out for a little bit, and glad to be back and say hi to you guys. We're excited. No, the giveaway is not done yet. Internet enforcers, you need the Cliff Notes version. We got a couple more days for how we did it. But anyway, love you all. What show is going on now? Do I have to transfer? What do I have to do, dude?
Yeah, no, we have that E3 preview going on right now. So right when we end this,
our Instagram has started to blow up a bit. 17,400. It's getting there.
Yeah, shout out.
If you're not following our Instagram, there's great content now. It's not just like memes. I get like educated in the markets. If you do follow us, tell your friends about us. There's a lot of exciting stuff. And tomorrow, remember Jack Dorsey story, and we love you guys. That's what we got.
That will be longer tomorrow, by the way. That's just the preview of the video. We're gonna get a longer version tomorrow.
Yeah, I can't believe there was 400. We had 400 shirts ordered that just yesterday. We sold out of our shirts. We're doing clothing drops once a month now, guys, and we do it. We print 400. First ones to get them get the shirts. That's it. 400, and it sold out yesterday. We didn't even go live on the show with it. I meant to, but it sold out. It was crazy. We did a tweet and then literally sold out. So 400 shirts sold out. It's a limited edition Benzinga shirt. We'll do another one in, I guess, 2.5 weeks. Now 3 weeks. They're very soft. They're very nice, comfortable. And I'm going to go hug strangers, as Luke advised. Love you. Peace. Zinger Nation forever. Email the brokerage. Email the brokerage, any financial site you use that you want Benzinga news. That's it. Because we are Zinger Nation. We are one. If you need a full-time job and you can impact the outcome here, you let us know how, and then you just do it. And then we hire you. That's it. Simple. You're part of the team, but you are already part of the team. You guys are all hired. You're all part of the team. If you're here and you're not with us, then you're against us. You're either with us or against us. All right? Let's go. Peace out.
Peace and love, Zinger Nation. We will be back tomorrow. And don't miss out on the special Raz Report, 10 a.m., Sandy Monroe.